Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello,
Walaikum salam.
dear friends. Great seeing you, and thank you for such a great opportunity to build and strengthen our relations between two countries. And for us, it's a pleasure both, and of course, I believe a fruitful experience. I know that you have a moderator, so the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Timur. So, as distinguished participants, dear guests, welcome to the Türkiye Tatarstan Youth Dialogue Conference organized by Marmara University FİKİR TALİMİ Club with support of the movement of the first in the Republic of Tatarstan. It's an honor to have the Aide Rais of the Republic of Tatarstan and the head of all Russian public state movement of children and youth in the Republic of Tatarstan, movement of the first, Mr. Timur Suleymanov, and the chairwoman of the Academy of Youth Diplomacy, Ms. Dilbar Sadykova, as our guests and speakers. So before we start, we kindly ask you to open your cameras for best interaction and close your voices. At the end of our presentation, we will give the stage to our participants so you can ask your question to our esteemed guests. And before we start, let me give the stage to the Secretary General of the FİKİR TALİMİ Club, Ms. Ayşe Süreyya Azavar. Ms. Azavar, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Mr. Timur Suleymanov, Aide of the Rais of the Republic of Tatarstan, Mrs. Dilbar Sadykova, Chairwoman of the Academy of Youth Diplomacy, our esteemed professors and our audiences, we are very proud and happy to welcome you at our Türkiye Tatarstan Youth Dialogue Conference, which we will hold for the first time as Marmara University FİKİR TALİMİ Club. We believe that the bond and communication between our esteemed countries will be strong today and in the future with the support and effort of our youth. We would like to express our gratitude to our esteemed speakers for accepting our invitation and our colleague Ayşe Sevgi Hacaloğlu for organizing this remarkable event. Thank you.
So,
Thank you very much.
Dear guests, now we ask you pay for attention because we're giving the stage to Mr. Timur Suleymanov. Mr. Suleymanov, thank you for your time and attention to our university and the club. We are really delighted with your participation. The stage is yours now.
Thank you. I believe that the best way for the dialogue is when someone asks questions and another one responses. And I think it's always good when we're talking about the youth dialogue because it always goes like vice versa. Someone asks, another one answers, the one who answered start asking questions because I think that brings the add value for each of participants in this format of discussion. But first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Timur Suleymanov, and I am the one who represents Tatarstan and Russian Federation from different perspectives. One, as the one who is in charge for youth policy in Tatarstan. I used to work as a Minister of Youth Affairs of the Republic of Tatarstan, and now I'm working as a chairman of our All Russian movement of the first. It's a youth NGO, youth organization that unites kids all over Tatarstan, but it has branches in each region of Russian Federation. And also as an assistant, aide to Rais of Tatarstan, His Excellency Rustam Minikhanov. And our organization is very young, but it's very much fast-growing organization. For now, it unites around 10% of all the population of kids and college students of Tatarstan. It's around 50,000 kids who decided to become a part of our organization. And there are different types of activities that we run. I'd say that our organization is a huge network because we have teams in each school all over Tatarstan. Each team consists of up to 50 big schools, up to 100 kids, and they are working as a self-organized entity. I mean, they are those who meet on regular basis, sometimes even twice a week, sometimes 3 times a week. They think of arranging these or that activities for themselves and for school as like generally. So that's why it's a huge like system, ecosystem. Also, there are branches in teen clubs, in youth centers, in different kind of clubs. Our idea is to become an environment for kids and youth, so that wherever you go, you can find there a sustainable platform to deal with. Someone whom you could know because he is like you are from at the same vibe, let's say, because same values and same format of activities. There are 13 different types of projects: ecological, media, international relations, sport, healthy lifestyle, education, science, volunteering, patriotic projects. So many. I think that any you say, this one for sure will also be connected in, for that or this or that project. So the idea is to create a sustainable platform for kids starting from the kindergarten, so that when they are growing up, it would be following up with them their interests. But the idea that they create projects there and they make them happen. Our task as the ones who are mature participants is to support their ideas. But before movement of the first, of course, there were, and now still there are many kind of different organizations in Tatarstan, students organizations, volunteering organizations, Academy of Youth Diplomacy as one of success stories that we have in Tatarstan, that the one who is a kind of a door to all the international projects for youth in Tatarstan. But we are very much interested in international relations, and that's why we were very happy when we got the invitation from your team to bridge our relations, to match our projects and initiatives. Because one of the projects is called School Diplomacy Clubs and Student Diplomacy Clubs. What is the idea? The idea that almost each school, inshallah, one day it will be this way, but for now, as a starting point, 30 schools in Tatarstan. Each of the school will have like 2 partnering schools in another country. For example, in Turkey. What we want to do? The idea is that they are interconnected during a year, starting from September till May. And once a month, we do a video calls and make once we can do a presentation about our school or our country, and the same for Turkey, about your country or about school or about the city they're coming from. Another one is celebrating together our holidays. For example, summertime, it could be Navruz, or in December, it could be, because we're celebrating the New Year again, also, and we could send each other postcards, for example, but real postcard, not the online, the one that kids could get and that they could read it and feel the warmth that coming from another part of the world. And then summertime to arrange joint summer camps that could bring together those who met online, the participants of these diplomacy clubs, then to meet offline in the framework of the camp. And that's the idea that we are thinking about. Talking about Tatarstan, Tatarstan is one of the leading regions in Russian Federation. The population of Tatarstan is more than 4 million people. Almost 27% of the population is youth. I mean, the age from 14 to 35 years old. That's the age of youth according to our law. But we are working with kids starting from 6 years, if we're talking about the movement of the first. Tatarstan is famous for many things. For sport, we have a great football team, Kazan Rubin, and actually one of our Turkish brothers used to play in Kazan Rubin, in Kökdeniz, Karadeniz. Maybe you've heard about him. We love him still, we remember him. He has constructed mosque in Tatarstan, so he's very close friend of our nation. Unix Kazan is a basketball team, which is the first one in the championship of Russian Federation in 2023. Ice hockey team, very famous in Russian Federation, it's called Agbars. Our republic is famous for its very harmonical and friendly relations between different nations. There are more than 173 nationalities. 173 nationalities staying together in peace in Tatarstan. We have Kremlin in Kazan, and you can see just nearby our mosque and a cathedral staying together, and people are praying together and celebrating together Christian and Muslim Eids and holidays. It very important for us. That creates a sustainable platform to our economical growth and development. Maybe you've heard about trucks, Kamaz. We produce them. We produce helicopters. We produce planes. We produce ships. So Tatarstan is very growing industrial region. We have universities in Tatarstan, 40 universities. And one of the oldest university is Kazan Federal University. It's the second oldest university in Russian Federation, and it celebrates 220 years anniversary this year. It is the second after the Moscow State University. The youngest city of Russian Federation is in Tatarstan. It's called Innopolis. It's a kind of a Silicon Valley, which is built especially for the specialists in IT, because our plan is to lead in innovations and technologies. So Tatarstan is from one point of view a very young, because we have a lot of youth students, more than 22,000 international students studying here in Tatarstan, but it's a beautiful multicultural region with a great history, because Kazan itself is more than 1,000 years old city. And 2 years ago, we were celebrating a great anniversary. It was 1,100 years anniversary of adoption of Islam by Volga, Bulgaria. And it was adopted here in Tatarstan as well for Russian Federation as a whole. So I suppose that this information brings maybe a bit gives you a bit more understanding of what Tatarstan is today. But first of all, of course, it's people who are very friendly and always open-hearted, open-minded, and very happy to live here, but open to the world. So thank you very much for this opportunity to say some words about our motherland.
Thank you very much, Mr. Suleymanov, for your powerful presentation. Actually, our conference called Türkiye Tatarstan Youth Dialogue Conference, but here we have guests from National Assembly of Azerbaijan, Youth Assembly of Azerbaijan. So it's, I think it's a great platform to make connection between our countries. So, dear participant, if you have any questions to Mr. Timur Suleymanov, you can ask now, or we can continue, Ms. Dilbar Sadykova. Any questions? If not,
I think let's pass the microphone to Dilbar, and maybe when she does it even better, and I think she will bring some more information. And if you have after that, we will be happy to answer any question. Thank you.
The stage is yours.
Merhabalar. Very nice to meet you. I hope once we will meet personally, not only online. So I'm representing Academy of Youth Diplomacy, and we work together with His Excellency Timur Suleymanov on international relations. 2 years ago, we had a lot of international events under the aegis of Kazan OIC Youth Capital. It was the status of Kazan city, where we are from, and we had more than 10 events that gathered young people from different countries. And I just want to share the atmosphere of events that we organize for the young people with you. And I would like to welcome your attention to the screen on the video of the events.
Excuse me, your voice is close.
So can you hear us now?
Yes,
So
now.
was the video clear? Have you felt the atmosphere of the international event? I see the likes from your side. Thank you very much. So I would like to continue with the presentation of international youth cooperation, which we're developing in the Republic of Tatarstan with the young people from all over the world. On the next slide, you see the part of the statistic. We show that the young people in the world becoming more and more important because more than 27% in the world is among the young people. Here you can see also the Istanbul is also one of them, the headquarters of international youth policy. So all these trends also developed the activities of international youth cooperation in the Republic of Tatarstan. And about 9 years ago, we founded the Academy of Youth Diplomacy, which is the program for young people, which is developing the international youth cooperation and the communication skills among the young people. And now we unite more than 14,000 young people from all over the world and from more than 100 countries. On the next slide, I don't know if you will help me. Here you can see them. The profile of young person who is gathering us during the events and programs that we run during the year. On the next slide, there are the main spheres that we are focusing on. This is the Sustainable Development Goals, the cooperation with Islamic countries, the activities of Global Shapers community, which is the part of World Economic Forum, the young cooperation of BRICS countries, and also a lot of educational programs for the young people. One of them is so I will follow them. Here on the next slide, you can see the our activities on the SDGs. This is the educational programs, the gathering programs for the young people who are also the ambassadors of these goals in our schools and universities. On the next slide, there is the legacy of Kazan OIC Youth Capital 2022. Now we're running the cooperation with OIC countries, and I will focus on that a bit later too. On the next slide, you can see also our spheres of interest. This is also the main regions or groups of interest in international policy, such as BRICS countries, Commonwealth countries, Shanghai Group Cooperation countries, ASEAN and ASEAN Group. One of other projects for the young people who are gathering in the teams in the project called Youth Ambassadors. We also support young people on different spheres and provide for them, our international participants, the visa support and other services. And if you will change the slide, no, the next one more. One more. You can see also our brief information on the social media and our contact details, so you can also follow our activities. And now I would like to focus on events that will be in 2024, where you can also participate or apply. So before you will see it on the screen. So we're working with the young people from 18 till 35. We have special projects that we run under the aegis of Movement of the First, called the Young School, the Schools of
Diplomacy.
Yes, the Schools of Diplomacy. And also we have different international events that happen in Kazan. One of them will be in May 2024. Do we have slides? Can we show them? So
we just can announce it, this
yeah.
event. Можно выключить презентацию.
So in 2024, in May, we are planning just in 1.5 months, on 15 till 18 May, we are having a very big event called Kazan Forum. This is the forum among Russian regions and Islamic world. And we're going to have also the youth sessions there. One of them will be Young Diplomats Forum, another one Young Entrepreneurship Forum for the young businessmen or startups who is running their business in the sphere of creative industries. We are also going to have some youth sessions during the event. One of them will be on traditional values in education system. So if you are interested in any sphere that presented during the Kazan Forum, you can also share your idea or just your thoughts on that, and we can discuss your participation. Next event will be in August, from 21st to 24th of August. That will be Kazan Global Youth Summit. As I mentioned before, this is the legacy of OIC Youth Capital. So we're going to run this event for the third time. And this year, we're going to focus on artificial intelligence and virtual reality. Also, the new digital tools in youth policy, and also on traditional values and modern tools or modern instruments of youth policy. We are going to gather together ministers and head of agencies for youth policy and sports, also ambassadors and diplomats, representatives of international organizations and experts. And we will also have the special application form for the young leaders from different countries who would like to join this program and to share its experience in the field of upcoming summit. So you can also apply to be part of this event. Next one will be OIC Youth Scientific Congress, which will happen in November 2024. As usual, the young people who are running the scientific career, who's doing their research in the universities or institutes, apply to be part of this Congress. And one of the results of this Congress will be the joint publications of all articles and theses of participants. And the event will also be during the 4 days, and every participant can present the ideas to experts from international organizations and scientific institutions. So this is briefly the information that, next slide. So this is the brief information how you can personally participate in upcoming events, but we are more than open to discuss any other opportunities to make our nations and people more closer to each other. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dilbar.
By the way, we also have young leaders from different spheres in our room, and also those who are studying Turkish language, or also who teach Turkish in Kazan, Arzu and Anna. Maybe you can also share and discuss something in Turkish.
Biz de Türkçe anlıyoruz. Konuşuyoruz çok az ama anlıyoruz 60-70%.
Çok mutlu olduk bunu duyduğumuza. Çok memnun olduk.
Teşekkür ederim.
Merhaba.
Merhabalar, hoş geldiniz.
Teşekkür
Hoş
ederim.
bulduk. Biz de burada bulunmamıza yani gurur duyuyoruz bununla.
O gurur da şeref de bize ait. Çok teşekkür ediyoruz. Çok memnun olduk.
Biz de çok memnun olduk.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dilbar Sadykova, for your beautiful presentation. I'm pretty sure that our participants get a lot of useful information, but personally, me, I listened to you with all my ears. Great to know that our brotherly Tatarstan has such opportunities, but sad that we didn't know about before. But as our wise elderly people said, it's never late, so we can act now. Thank you very much for your presentation. And dear participant, dear young people, if you have your question, please don't hesitate to ask. And please, I would like to mention one point that our topic is youth dialect. So please kindly remind you, ask your question related to the topic. So if you have question, the floor is yours. You can raise up your hand and ask your question. Sure, Jasur Mazasada, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jasur Mazasada. I'm from Azerbaijan, and I would like to say thank you to Aisha Sevgi and Aisha Süreyya for creating this beautiful platform for us and to make this dialogue. It was really interesting information for me, and I get lots of information, lots of project, and it was really nice. Thank you for the presentation. And actually, I'm representing, I don't have honestly, I don't have question. It was really like clear explanation. That's why I don't have, but I want to share some points. Now I'm working in Azerbaijan in youth sector. I'm representing National Assembly of Youth Organizations, Republic of Azerbaijan, briefly NAYORA, we can say. And with that way, like we are doing exchanges with different universities or different countries in general. And I saw that there is lots of opportunity in Kazan, in Tatarstan, and that's really nice. And I want to say that as a youth organization, as an umbrella organization, because NAYORA is one of the umbrella organization, National Youth Council in Azerbaijan, and basically we are supporting youth organization in Azerbaijan, and we are ready for collaboration. And yeah, I want to just say that, and thank you for the really beautiful presentation. And yeah, that's it. Hope to do our collaboration in the future. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear brother. We know NAYORA here in Tatarstan. It's a very successful organization because we work very fruitfully with the OIC Youth Forum, with the Islamic Conference Youth Forum since 2007. And we've met with representatives from NAYORA just a month ago in Istanbul. And if I'm not mistaken, in the board of the ICYF ERC, of the Eurasian Regional Center of Islamic Cooperation Youth Forum, NAYORA is represented, and one of the leaders of ICYF ERC is also coming from NAYORA organization.
Yeah,
so
thank you for mentioning it. Yeah, that's right. And also our chairman mentioned this point, and that's why I'm really interested in to join this event, because I also know that Tatarstan is doing really great jobs in youth sector, and I believe that I know that we can learn lots of things from that, each other. In March, in 1st of March, we went to the Sochi, and we have met with some people from Tatarstan. It was really nice. And
We also were there. We were there, and we
Yeah.
had a special session dedicated to the cooperation in the OIC region between Russia and OIC countries.
Yeah.
And there was a representative from ICYF, the Director General, Rasul
Yes.
Amarov, and originally he's from Azerbaijan, actually.
Yeah.
And we've met just a few time ago with Elchin Askerov.
Yeah.
And he's a very much friend of mine, and Vusal, acting director of ICYF ERC. So
Yeah.
thank you very much for your feedback. Thank you.
Thank you too.
Thank you very much, Cesur. So before our participant ask a question, I would like to steal the stage from them. I have a question. It's really nice that in Tatarstan, such a lot of summits, youth summits from, especially from OIC, Organization of Eastern Cooperation. I would like to ask, is there any chance of exchange program between Tatarstan youth and youth of Turkey, Azerbaijan, etc.?
Yes, well, the main exchange program, they are at the educational sphere, first of all, because we have a lot of foreign students who come here and they study here. It's and a great number coming, of course, from CIS countries, and there are a lot of countries that are a part of the OIC, of the Islamic world, and also students coming from Turkey as well. The most popular sphere is medicine, chemistry, and a law department, of course, international relations. So this is one thing. Another one is a small exchange programs, which are normally organized in the framework of a kind of a boot camps, where we just host for a week programs where people come for a camp and they learn, they visit universities. If it's a business mission, so they visit different industries, meet with ministries, and so on. Last 2 years ago, we started, and inshallah, we will continue this program, exchange program, on the youth policy sphere. There was exchange with Malaysia, for example, where we had a group from Malaysia, a group of volunteers. They came, they learned our experience on volunteering, and participated as volunteers at the Kazan Global Youth Summit, for example. So there are certain number of exchange programs, but the major part is educational programs and business mission. So if there is interest, you can text us, you can write us if someone is interested. And as Dilbar Sadykova has mentioned before, there is a certain number of international programs and summits, the ones that could create opportunity to take a taste of Kazan and Tatarstan. And then if you'll be interested to continue, then we can find maybe something on a long-term basis.
Thank you very much for your answer. So dear participants, if you have your questions, please don't hesitate to ask. You can raise up your hand or open your voice and ask your question. Yes, please, Yasin Demirtaş.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yasin. First, thank you for the presentation. I got a question. Do you have any projects about making people more conscious for historical and cultural studies in Tatarstan?
Yes, and there are lots of projects actually. They are starting from the school age, where, for example, kids they can go to archaeological camps, and there they study history and do archaeology. They learn. They go to it's a kind of a tent camps. This is one thing. Another one, they can go from one region to another one, and they learn the history. And if also there is a great number of projects dedicated to the Second World War. And as you know, it unfortunately, but that the history it also took place in Russian Federation, and it's a big history, and we got lots of people who we lost during this hectic war, and there is a special like a movement that unites students, especially when they go to the places where the battles used to happen. And then there they spend some time investigating and searching for some artifacts that are secured from that time. And it's like professionally they do that. Of course, there are many like interesting interactive format activities, like different quiz that they play, Olympiads that they participate, where they have a kind of a contest where they show their knowledge in the history. So different in different aspects, we have projects dedicated to the history. The most popular ones are the ones that are practical, when it's not like theoretical knowledge, not just meetings or conferences. It's also important, but here we are, it is very important to make kids and young people interested with their own history. And actually this, the diplomacy clubs, I'd say, is also a kind of a project that dedicated to that topic. Because when you have to introduce your city or your village or your country, you should introduce it, you should introduce its history, specific of its not just nature, but also of people, historical people, leaders, the one that encourage new generation. And of course, it also, I think, brings add value to that important issue that you raised.
Thank you for the answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yasin, for your question. Is there any question? If not, oh yes, Ahmet Faruk İlhan.
First of all, we thank you for your presentation. My question is that what is being done to ensure the effective use of technology in young people's education and learning processes?
Could you please repeat again? You said what technologies? Education, innovation. Could you repeat once again, please?
What is being done to ensure the effective use of technology in young people's education and learning processes?
Technology in learning processes, right?
Yeah.
Lots of things. As I've mentioned, there is a beautiful city of Innopolis, which is close to Kazan. It is just one of the examples. The attention that pays Tatarstan government to technological development. But technology is not just something that can be brought from abroad. It's first of all way of thinking and interest of youth to dedicate their time to that sphere. And today it's not something difficult to do actually. That's IT, for example, and we have IT classes, we have IT university, and we have lots of activities dedicated to robots. Then we even do very active the cyber sports, and those youth who are interested in digital games and video games, we created a digital activities. How we do that? It's a kind of a sport, but for example, you create a team, and team has to play not just in video games, but they play one match video games like FIFA, for example, and then the same team should go on and to play on the ground in the real pitch football, and wins the one who scores more in video format, in digital format, and the physical format. That's digital. So the one is to make them interested in technologies and bring it in the offline, bring it to their classes. What else? We organize hackathons. You know that hackathons, what does it mean? Where just in 3 or 4 days, the teams of young people should create a startup, but the prototype of a working startup. And we organize it a lot, and we bring industries there. Industries give a task to that teams. These teams create it, then present it, and the most successful ones, they raise a kind of investment, and then they make a startup out of this project. So this is another example that we have. It's very much popular now, the VR, the technologies, the artificial intelligence technologies, the drones, the piloting of drones, where they compete with each other, the flying drones, driving drones, swimming drones, like these aspects. So there is special Olympiad dedicated to that theme. And in July in Kazan, we will organize all Russian competition in piloting of the drones, for example. So lots of different things. The most important is to make fun out of this topic. If it's funny, interesting, then kids, teenagers, they come there. So it's always interesting not to just say that it's important, it's about their future, but to show that it's about their lifestyle, and it's about today, not about tomorrow. Then then they become interested in it. So that's the format we work with this topic.
Thanks your answer.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes.
For your
Yeah.
questions. Very interesting, and
Our president of the class.
Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome. Thank you so much.
So you have a question?
Yeah, actually, I'm so thankful. Actually, we are in the same house, but different rooms. I came to my colleague, I should say, because we have a sound problem about other computer. And thank you very much for your time and effort. It was amazing. And actually, in fact, we are perhaps the only student club in Turkey that has been able to learn a lot of things about Tatarstan, about Tatarstan's youth work. And actually, we are really lucky. And we want to keep the ties between our two countries close, especially in youth field. And actually, I really want to ask about there are many excellent projects and events you mentioned. We as a student club are very eager and excited to participate in all these events actually. But we don't have any international organization. But is there any chance to that we can participate in this event as individuals or as a club? Thank you so much.
As a club, you can participate in our diplomacy club program, because we create clubs not only in schools, but also there will be participants which are 18 and more, and older. So if you're, or also we could involve you into this program. Maybe there are also teenagers and who could be interested in collaborating with a certain school, for example, on a long-term basis, like having this kind of meeting conferences once a month, for example. I think that could be very interesting, and we could like become friends, real friends, online and then meeting offline. We will share with you the information, because we have started for a certain number of the projects the call for applications, and please feel free and to participate there, because it's individually, you can participate individually. It's not like something where you need a like official NGO. For us, it's mostly informal, and for us, the most valuable is having people connected with each other, those who are interested in learning experience from each other. So we are more than open for you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was amazing, really. I'm grateful. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Yes, see you, inshallah, again online, and inshallah offline as well. Best regards from Tatarstan to Turkey.
Thank you. And before we finish our program, Mr. Timur Suleymanov and Mr. Dilbar Sadykova, we have a little gift for you as a memory from our club. We donated saplings in your name in Turkey, in Eskişehir. Eskişehir is a place where live a lot of Tatars. So now in our forest in Turkey, you have a saplings, you have a tree, and we hope that you will accept our gift as a memory from our club. And we hope actually that we will meet face to face and organize such conference face to face both in Turkey and Tatarstan. And I would like to express my thanks, especially to Yulia Devlatova, because she was in contact with us the whole time. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your time, attention. It was really nice to meet you all. And if you want to say something, I don't want to make any pressure on you, but if you want to say something, it would be really great for us.
Yulia, please say something.
I was very glad to work with you, to meet you, and your model welcome. And I'm looking forward to meet you again. Thank you so much.
In Turkey.
In Turkey.
As well.
We are always waiting for you. Thank you very much for your time and attention.
Arzu, maybe something in Turkish.
Yeah.
Anna is your student, right?
Yeah, you can say so.
Okay. So please, Turkish language should sound.
Yeah.
Tamam, benim adım Arzu. Herkesle tanıştığımıza çok memnun oldum. Şey söylemek istiyorum. Aslında Tataristan'da Türkleri çok seviyorlar. Türkiye'ye bayılıyorlar. Ve buradaki insanlar Türkiye'yi ve Türkçeyi daha iyi, daha güzel konuşmak veya öğrenmek için bayağı çaba harcıyorlar. Ve Dilber'in söyledikleri gibi herkesi burada memnuniyetle ağırlamak isteriz. Yani gelirsiniz, hepinizi bekliyoruz. Sorularınız varsa, yani belki İngilizce, yani nasıl söylesem, çok iyi konuşamıyorsunuz ama sormak istediğiniz bir şey varsa onları Türkçe söyleyebilirsiniz. Ben çevirip iletebilirim.
By the way, today in the morning, I met with the head of Turkish Airlines in Tatarstan. That's very symbolic. He came to our office and presented a plane, Turkish Airlines, which is now in my office here. So a part of Turkey is in our house now.
We call it in Turkish tevafuk, so it's really nice to hear that.
Yes. Thank you very much, and
you very
see
much.
you again.
And happy Ramadan.
Ramadan Mubarak.
Ramadan
Thank you.
Mubarak. Thank you.
Thank you very much for everything. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye bye. Thank you.